small to some people, but means everything to a lot of us in the black community. And that's shaving waivers in the military, specifically those given for a medical condition called pseudofolliculitis barbae, or PFB. That's a condition causing painful inflamed razor bumps, and it disproportionately affects black men. The only reason this is even a debate is because it affects black troops the most. PFB isn't a made up condition. It's recognized by the medical community and by the military itself. But now, under new guidance, Marines who need a waiver for more than a year could face administrative separation. In other words, your skin condition could cost you your military career. That's not about uniformity, it's about exclusion.
Yeah, it's exclusion for an issue that predominantly affects African Americans, otherwise known as racism, which is why it was both sad and shocking that military.com reported yesterday that the Army is quietly rolling out a new policy that is set to take effect within weeks that will now ban shaving waivers. Soldiers with PFB can apparently get laser treatments paid for by the DoD, but they're very expensive at a time where Trump and Doge are cutting funding everywhere, and they can cause scarring and change skin pigmentation, change the color of your skin. Under the new policy, soldiers requesting shaving waivers for over a year can now be discharged.
This change is happening under Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and he's launched a broad review of military grooming and fitness standards. On the surface, it's about readiness and discipline. But for many of us, it feels like a coded push towards returning to the old military, a time in which diversity was an afterthought and not a goal. And let's not ignore the racial undertone here, because when black troops ask for an accommodation based on a medical issue, suddenly it seemed it's lowering standards. But when others receive accommodations for different reasons, like mental health or religious exemptions, it's called support.
And all of this led to her bringing up this very fundamental point on the topic.
If the military truly values diversity and inclusion, this is where it shows up in policy, in practice, and in respect for our bodies.
And